Okay, amplifier's all finished. I have it on a 7-meter band. I have a Yaesu 757 GX exciting it. I have a 1K slug. Just gonna test it. This video is just a DC. People already know what these things do. I'm gonna throw a 500 watt dead carrier. I don't want to go too crazy. That's the reason why I'm not gonna hook a mic up and go crazy, because the tubes that he provided are old tubes. One has clearly had a lot of use since the paint has faded off. It's almost completely faded. The original iMac tubes that came in it, he told me. So I will I'm going to do a little testing here, show you what it's doing. I'm going to get it to key 500 average. Like I said, I have a 1 kW slug in my 30 microamp meter movement line section, bird line section, and that's going into a 20 kilowatt commercial dummy load located in the basement here. So I'm on 7.247 megahertz. Yeah, so I'm going to bring it up to 500. Already tuned it for max output, max carrier. So that's 500 roughly. I'm going to change the slug over and see what it's requiring to get that out of it. Since I grounded the grids, the drive requirement has gone down. I didn't test it before I did all that, since it had the failure. But you know, when you ground the grids, the amplifier, these amplifiers and other 3/5 amplifiers end up requiring a little bit less drive to get the same output as if the grids weren't grounded. So once again, it's about 500 watts right there. I will stop the video, change the slug in the meter. Actually, you know what? I won't change it. I won't stop the video. I'm going to grab a, let's say, a 100 watt slug here. 100. There's the line section. Maybe that was a 1 kW. And a 100. RG393 for the test lead jumper between the amplifier and the line section, and then RG393 going from the line section down to the dummy load. Okay, so put it in standby. Just keeping it. Here we go. Okay, so the 100 watt slug in, it's taking about 18 watts, 19 watts. That's 20 right there. So roughly about 18 or so watts to get 500 watt carrier. Not bad on this band. With any multi-band amp, you're not going to get the same input to output ratio on every band. Has to do with the input and output networks and the lead lengths and all that stuff. So that's why a mono band amp is always more efficient than a multi-band. But for this band, for a 7-meter band, that's what I'm getting out of this amplifier. So I had turned the carrier up to about 800, tuned it for 800 watts of output, just DC. Like I said, if it had a fresh set of tubes in it, I would, a better set, I would go a little bit more crazy. Either crank the carrier up and tune it for a max output dead carrier real quick, or I would hook the microphone up to it and tune it for max output. So when you tune an amplifier, you have to tune it for maximum output, so the output network is tuned properly for maximum efficiency. So that's that. The repair took about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours for everything. I received this yesterday. I figured out what was going on with it yesterday. I had to wait until I heard back from the customer before I could proceed, which wasn't until about the end of business hours. So I started on it today, got it finished. I'll contact him with a price. Once I'm paid, then it'll get shipped on back. So real quick, I have another amp coming in Friday, a 4-1000, so it's never ending. See, I had this whole area clean. Now it's dirty again, but I'll clean it back up. I need to make some space for the stuff over there. Had some transformers come in. So that's what these are. Some more blowers, some diodes, big block diodes. It's never ending. So after this, I plan on doing a video on volt transformers. This is actually a 5500 volt AC, 25 kVA with a percentage selector switch, which the power company uses to match the this is the primary in their world, secondary in our world. When we use this for a plate transformer, they use that switch to compensate for excess voltage that may be on the line that feeds it, or lack of voltage if it's low, to boost or to bring up or bring down the secondary voltage in their world, which is the primary in our world. So yeah. So, well, thanks for watching the video, and sorry I've been MIA for so long. I've been so busy, never ending. As you can see, just lots of different things going on. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.